winds have already been causing problems in the region. That's ahead of the arrival of Storm Dave. This car in Wallsend, North Tyneside, was crushed by a falling tree. The weather is expected to worsen with an amber warning in place for the whole of the northeast. It means winds could reach up to 70 miles an hour in some places, with the potential to damage buildings and cause travel disruption. There will of course be a full forecast at the end of the bulletin. Meanwhile, investigations are ongoing after a child reportedly fell out of a window in Middlesbrough. Officers were called to Palmer Street on Thursday evening and a child taken to hospital in a serious condition. Police are asking anyone with information to come forward. An appeal has been made to donate sleeping bags for rough sleepers in Newcastle. It's from the charity The People's Kitchen. Focus there is on feeding and finding accommodation for those who are homeless, but volunteers say sleeping bags are now running out, especially as they can become damaged or stolen. Any donations, preferably waterproof sleeping bags, they say, can be dropped off either by ringing ahead or by visiting the city's base Monday to Friday, 11 to 3.
If our friends are rough sleeping and actually on the streets as opposed to just in a hostel accommodation, it's cold, it's spring at the minute, but it's still freezing cold, and the sleeping bag can make all the difference. We will try and give out hand warmers and thermos flasks and anything to make people's life a little bearable, but actually sleeping bags are a thing that really does make a difference.
Sports briefly, and Newcastle United's Kieran Trippier is set to leave the club this summer. The defender has spent 4.5 years at Newcastle, including the Magpies winning their first domestic trophy in 70 years and twice qualifying for the Champions League.
Presents the change at Newcastle United. He was one of the first players to sign under our new ownership, and he came from Atletico Madrid, and it was just this like, wow, Kieran Trippier wants to come and play for Newcastle United. And then we all kind of feel that then Bruno Guimaraes was convinced to come and sign for Newcastle United because someone like Kieran Trippier believed in the project. So it is really sad to sort of end the era.
And finally, the first Washington Folk Festival has been taking place this weekend, featuring some of the biggest names in the UK folk music scene. The festival is part of Sunderland's Year of Music, showcasing the city's commitment to live performance and grassroots culture. Julia Barthram has more.
Those do-si-doing and dancing around the floor are just some of the hundreds who've attended the inaugural Washington Folk Festival. Part of Sunderland's Year of Music, the event was planned following research amongst music lovers in the city.
And people said that they are lacking a few things in our city. For example, folk music, jazz music, hip-hop, R&B, dance music. So we applied for a little bit of money from the Arts Council. We were successful. So we've been pioneering some new events to hopefully support those genres. The audience is there, and we're proving it this weekend, because this entire weekend of folk music at Arts Centre Washington is completely sold out.
There is a history of folk music on Wearside. Many of those performing across the weekend are world-renowned.
They're all internationally known artists. They're all recognised around the world. They play up and down the country all the time, but they're all from the northeast. There's a very thriving folk scene throughout all of the northeast, actually. It's not just in Washington and Sunderland, everywhere. There's some very, very talented musicians and singers.
World stars, rising stars, films, talks and workshops. This is a feast of folk, welcomed by the Cayley dancers.
I think it's not enough of this around. We do it more often, it'd be good.
Absolutely, yeah, fantastic. I mean, we've got a lot of really talented musicians in the area anyway, and it's really brilliant to bring a lot more music to the area, so it's just fantastic. It's a brilliant idea.
The aim is for this to become an annual event, building Sunderland's reputation as a music city of many genres. Julia Barthram, ITV News, Washington.
And that is all from the weekend team for now. We're back with more news and sport tomorrow evening at around 7:15. Bye-bye for now.